Wow.
Wow.
That was a clip from Black Nativity, which is said to be one of the hottest holiday films of the year.
Here to talk about the movie is the film's director, Casey Lemmons, and cast members Tyrese Gibson and Jacob Latimore.
Welcome to the show, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so Casey, we have to start off with this. A lot of people may be familiar with Langston Hughes' play, Black Nativity, but tell us about the movie and how it's different from the play.
Well, I decided I wanted to make something that was very contemporary and that contained Black Nativity within it and was informed by Black Nativity, but there really was a modern family story about the kind of problems that families face today, but it has a magical element too, and it becomes more of a fable as it goes on. But it's a family story. It's about family conflict, a family in crisis, and how they work to try and resolve that. And this young man is the star of the movie.
Don't put the camera on me. Put the camera on me. You got it all wrong.
He plays Langston, a teenage kid that's wrestling with how to bring his family together and how to take care of his mother. And my friend Tyrese here plays a poetic street thug.
Poetic street thug, I like that.
That's the best type of street thug.
I know, right?
That's right. Curse you out while I'm rhyming. If you don't give me my money back later on, you gonna get attacked.
I like that. That was great. Tyrese.
No, that wasn't from the movie.
No. Tyrese Gibson.
I like that. I like that. So what drew each of you to the project? Tyrese, Jacob?
I'll let Jacob go first.
Me, it was just a simple audition. I was the first person Casey saw. I actually just came to find that out. So that was awesome. I actually just found that out like a couple of days ago or whatever. So I basically just treated it like any audition I have. I read the whole script, and Casey really liked how I was portraying Langston, and we just sort of started talking through the script and seeing what worked, seeing what didn't work, seeing what I had in mind for him to say in certain parts. So it all worked out for the best. Yeah.
Now, Tyrese, I heard she actually wrote the movie with you in mind to play this character. How does that make you feel?
I was honored, beyond honored. Thank you again. I love you.
that helped you sign you on? Like, it was for you. Nobody else can play it.
I mean, I honestly, I was very honored and humbled by the gesture that she was like sitting down, writing everything with me in mind. The funny part is when I got the script, my character name was Tyrese. And I was like,
too close to home.
I was like, well, Casey, I love you, but Tyrese ain't gonna be playing Tyrese. So she changed my name to Tyson. And I was like, well, I don't really know how far that takes me away, because I get my Tyson back for comparisons too.
Oh, true.
But it was love. I mean, I think at the end of the day, and I said this to Casey, I look at Black Nativity and the role that I've been honored to do it and be a part of as an answered prayer for me. Because I love the franchise movies and all of the big box office worldwide stuff, but arguably a lot of folks don't take you serious in this town when it comes to them type of movies. So you got to be on sets with Casey and Forrest and Jennifer to attract the right type of folks to come out and see what you can bring to the table. And so that's why I was like, man, this is an answered prayer. I had to do it. There's no way.
And you mentioned Forrest. Tyrese, you mentioned Forrest Whitaker, Jennifer Hudson, Angela Bassett, Mary J. Blige, Nas. Casey, how'd you go about getting all these heavy hitters?
Well, it's about getting them all available at the same time.
Exactly. I mean, talk about juggling schedules. My goodness.
Juggling schedules. That was the trickiest part. I mean, I got the cast I dreamed of and the cast that I wanted, and that was just an incredible blessing. I mean, I still can't believe it, I'm still like, wow, I did that. Wow. But they came open-hearted, generous with their time and their wonderful talent, and just ready to play and be a little adventurous, because it is a little bit adventurous, I have actors singing and singers acting, and it was great.
A lot of pressure.
Well, I know, besides the pressure, what was it like working with so many people that have either been nominated or actually won Oscars?
A lot of pressure.
Yeah.
A lot of pressure.
Or Grammys, for that matter.
That's true.
Forrest Whitaker is my hero. Him and Denzel, they're the reason I started acting. And when you see Forrest Whitaker, Because sometimes he'll do scenes off camera to give the actors energy while we're still on camera.
Oh.
Forrest cries off camera. He's like, if he's crying on camera in his scene, when he has to go behind the camera, when he's not being filmed and give the actors energy, he's still crying off camera.
So
So
there's,
you leave
there's
the
no
set.
cut and
No,
then...
it's like he's on. So you leave the set and you really start asking, like, am I talented? Do I have what it takes to make it as an actor one day? Because he's very intense, and I was definitely inspired by that.
Yeah, he's very focused, and that's being a newcomer as an actor. That was just amazing for me to watch. You know, it's just to watch him really work hard, and that just made me want to, you know, dive deep into my character, even, you know, dig deeper for certain emotions or whatever. Yeah.
The bar was high. Even when Forrest specifically wasn't on the set, a part of my little coaching to young Jacob here was like, yo, man, Forrest is going to see these scenes, man.
Better get it right.
Yeah.
He better come with it, man. He going to see this. He going to see this.
Yeah.
No pressure, Jake.
Yeah,
no
not at all.
pressure.
Not at all.
That didn't scare me.
Can we please talk about this soundtrack?
Oh, my God.
Raphael Sadiq.
Yes.
So hot.
Yeah.
That is the stocking stuffer of the year, isn't it?
Yeah,
My
it's amazing.
goodness.
I mean,
what was
I
it
knew
like to work with Raphael Sadiq? I mean, he's Mr. Tony.
That's the hardest thing is really just, you know, praying that you hire the right people. It really is. And so doing a musical, I knew the music had to be just killer.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, who is this person that can be, you know, timeless and timely and, you know, is going to be an asset for these artists that I'm trying to bring on and who's really going to nail this music and be a great collaborator. And I woke up in the middle of the night, I'm like, it's Raphael Sadiq. Wow. And so then I had to stalk him, you know, and convince him to do the movie, which fortunately, you know, he did. But
Was it a hard sell, or was he on board immediately?
I mean, I think he was on board immediately, but it's something to ask somebody to put aside their plans for the next 10 months, you know, and do something, you know, do my project, and which of course became our project immediately. And it's amazing music.
Now describe some of the music, because a lot of people will be surprised that they're going to hear some of their favorite Christmas songs, but with a little twist. So describe some of the music you had to sing in the music.
I think it was so cool how like he turned Silent Night into more of like a hip hop, I don't know, contemporary type of song. It was just cool how he switched certain songs around and how, you know, it just sort of fit for the scenes, you know, and it worked. And that was just so awesome to do. And just to be able to do music in a film, that's just incredible. You know, it helps out with everything else.
It was my first time ever singing in a movie, so.
Really?
Ever.
In a movie?
Ever.
That's shocking. I mean,
Right.
we came to know you through your voice from the Coca-Cola ad so many years ago, that iconic ad.
Yeah, I mean, I purposely stayed away from singing in movies because it's just like, it's such an obvious choice because music is what I started doing. So when Casey said, I want you to do a few numbers, I was like, okay. Because it's a different brain to like, when you're acting, it's a different space. And when you're singing, that's a totally, so to do both at the same time, and my character had a full nappy beard, and you know, I was like homeless, and I'm wearing these layers of clothes, and it was cold, like -7 degrees outside. So it was just like, all of that was completely out of my comfort zone, but anything for Casey.
Yeah, you rocked it. Don't worry about that. You did it.
Thank you.
All right, well, we'll have more with the cast of Black Nativity when we return, so stay right there. You're watching Arise Entertainment 360. From the new movie, Black Nativity. And we're back with the film's director, Casey Lemmons, and the actors Tyrese and Jacob Latimore.
Yeah.
All right, welcome back again.
Yeah.
So now we're watching you watch that clip on the screen. How does it feel to sit here and watch
you know,
yourself?
I'm still in shock, man. You know, it's like so cool that I can just go like, you know, I build a relationship with Forrest Whitaker, you know what I'm saying? And just see him and just give him a hug. That's just so cool to me, and that's awesome. He's a really nice guy as well.
And it's amazing you're sitting here, and I heard you earlier saying some of the lines. Well, he still know his lines. Like, dang.
Yeah, man, 3 months practicing it over and over again. So, yeah.
Jacob, take us back to the first day on set for you. What was that like?
On set, well,
Were you nervous? Were you
I was
excited?
actually.
How'd you feel?
I was actually really, really calm because a month before we started filming, we were in rehearsals because of all the songs and stuff like that. So we really got a chance to really just know each other and just talk about things off script. You know, really just get together as people. So once we came on set, it was just like we were family. And when we actually ended, you know, it was quite sad. So.
Well, Tyrese, what was the energy like? Was everybody walking around singing all the time, or what?
Actually, it was just the opposite.
Really?
I mean, you know, my opinion, because I've seen it, the movie is uncomfortable. It's uplifting, it's powerful, but there's some uncomfortable moments because, you know, we all got family secrets.
Well.
We all got stuff that you kind of want to throw under the rug and you don't want nobody to talk about it. We all hold hands over prayer, but there's some stuff happening in most families. And there's some big reveals in this movie that's going to shock a lot of people. And so, and to be honest, the movie was very intense. So I didn't really feel like I could be my normal self. I'm normally upbeat, cracking all the jokes, keeping the energy up. Some folks thought I was mean on the set, but I was like, I'm just really focused because that's Forrest Whitaker, man. That's Casey Lemmons. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you gotta be real.
You know, one of the central themes of the film is forgiveness. How did forgiveness play a role in your own personal lives, and how did you bring that to bear when preparing for this role and to helm this film?
Oh, well, I mean, it was something that I feel, I was trying to explore everyday miracles, you know, an everyday miracle. Forgiveness is an everyday miracle, you know, when you can open your heart. You allow for the possibility of so much to rush in. You know, you can change your life, you can change other people's lives, and you can change your path in a minute by just releasing something that you've been holding on to for a long time. So I wanted to explore that in the film.
Did it cause any of you to want to call somebody and say, I forgive you, or please forgive me?
I think I've always been a forgiving person. I think for me it was more
Everybody says that.
Yeah, well, I mean, because I guess I haven't really experienced the stuff Langston went through, so I can't really say, you know, I can forgive somebody in that moment. But in my lifetime, I've always been a forgiving person. So, so like, I don't know.
Tyrese is shaking his head like, not me.
I mean, but
have
for
you
me,
been a forgiving person in your
listen,
lifetime?
I believe that you gotta guard your heart. You know what I mean? And I don't like hanging out with pain. I don't like hanging out with people that have clearly and obviously done wrong by me. You know what I mean? I think, you know, I have this quote. You know, loyalty has an expiration date, and you know, I'm not the guy that looks forward to being on the receiving end of whatever you feel like dumping on me. So.
But forgiving doesn't necessarily mean forgetting. It means you're just not holding on to the emotional baggage.
Well, I have a problem. I need therapy.
Okay.
You gotta watch the movie then.
but you know, the other side of it is, honestly, and I don't think I've told Casey this, when I seen Black Nativity, it actually inspired me to reach out to my moms, who I wish I was closer to. And we hung out and we had some uncomfortable conversations. And I think what ended up happening when I seen the whole movie, it became a reflection of my own life. And so I was like, okay, this is not just a movie. Like there's a lot of this movie that is my life. So in tears, hanging out with my mama, having those uncomfortable conversations and getting into certain levels of forgiveness, you know, something is better than nothing. We got a lot more work to do, but Black Nativity definitely had an effect on me and my own family.
I know another pillar of the movie is faith. Did you all have the same reaction to your faith, and were you convicted to, you know, get closer to God through this movie at all, or?
Yeah, for me, it was more like a reassurance on faith for me because my grandfather is a big part of my life, so he's always telling me that, you know, just stay strong, you know, if you feel alone, you know, blah, blah, blah. He just always know the right things to say. So I think through him, I've always kept that strength. So I tried to install that to Langston when I did the role.
Okay.
Casey, I want to ask you about being a woman and a woman of color directing in Hollywood. What challenges? Oh, well thank you, Tyrese. Thank you. What challenges, if any, have you had to face, and how have you gotten past them?
I don't dwell on them, you know. I just kind of, with my first film, I just set out trying to make this story that was important to me, and I think that it's made me stronger in terms of my perseverance, and you know, I can hear no a lot of times without it really affecting me or, you know, bring me down at all. I mean, I think the last man standing wins. So the more you, the longer
the last
you
woman.
And the last woman standing. And so I've been, perseverance is extremely important to me, you know, and the types of stories that I want to tell and the way that I see people, I knew was very important it wasn't necessarily what I was seeing in movies and reflected in movies and television. So I wanted, very deep, three-dimensional characters and female characters.
Well, you've done that well. And before we go, we have to ask all of you what you're up to next. We know you're all working on various projects.
Yeah,
So, Jacob?
I filmed another movie this year called The Maze Runner that comes out next year in September. Something I'm really, really excited about. And I have a cameo in Kevin Hart's new movie, Ride Along.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah,
Check
so
you out.
with my favorite comedian, that's awesome. And then I'm working on music as well, a single at the top of the year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tyrese?
Well, I'm working on Fast 7 right now.
Yes.
But honestly, my real focus is my artist that I have named Crystal. Y'all should definitely download for free her new song called Silhouette. But before we wrap it up, I want to tell y'all, even if you didn't know about Black Nativity, rather you've seen it as a play, rather you've never heard of it a day in your life, I am going to encourage all of my fans, all of my supporters. You know I never sell y'all on anything and don't live up to it. This movie is powerful. It's going to inspire you, and it's something for you, your whole entire family to go out and check out. And we worked really hard to make every frame of this movie special. And we look at it as a form of mentorship. So make sure that y'all go out and support Black Nativity, November 27th. We will not let you down.
I like that. We'll not let you down. We'll look for many more characters that you bring to our homes as well.
Yes, Casey.
Yes, keep
All right,
looking
keep
for
doing
I'll
it.
keep bringing it.
Thank you so much. Thank you all for joining us
Thank
here.
you.
Thank you so much. And you're watching Arise Entertainment 360.